Welcome back to the LEC and the caster desk. It is time for a reunition. I haven't had the pleasure of casting with Caedrel all year long. It'll be our first games together in 2021. I'm excited.
Yeah, we casted in Wells Plains last year a lot.
Yeah.
And then it's been a while since I've seen you.
It has been.
It's only been a couple months, but you must have grown a couple years at least.
That's exactly. I've aged a lot trying to teach you how to do the job. Don't you remember? You're being called in for a meeting. Listen,
Okay, Boomer.
Fnatic versus MAD Lions is about to kick off. You and I have our eyes on the bottom lane.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be the Octagon. This is going to be the UFC. This is going to be a bloodbath in the bottom lane. But the question is, who is going to come out on top?
Well, it's the most aggressive bot lane in the LEC Spring Split versus Hylissang. What more do you want?
Fight, fight, fight. That is all I want from this game. That is all I want to see. And upset Hylissang versus Carzzy, Kaiser. Give me a crazy fight for the kingdom.
That's the thing. You referred it to an Octagon before the draft started, but the thing is in Octagon, people block and dodge, but I don't think any of these bot lanes are dodging. They're always going to hit, so there's going to be lots of punches thrown in the bot side of the map. We see the bans coming in, the typical OPs, which are like more towards mid and bot lane now. It was towards the jungle in the early stages of the split, but because Olaf and Pantheon nerfs generally across the board made it so that the mid laners came to rise prowess, and the bot laners like Seraphine, like Kaiser, and the Senna Tahm are looking really hot.
And I think super important to note, Nisqy's played 2 games with Seraphine, undefeated on that champion, KDF 10.7. Like, he's popped off, he's done what his team needs from him, and immediately followed up the Renekton, the Twisted Fate, the Azir. So a lot of mid lane champions removed from the pool just now.
Yeah, 2 mid bans. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for a third, otherwise 2 mid bans wouldn't make too much sense. Perhaps something like the Orianna or something along those lines to kind of shut down Humanoid, who has been having quite a good split, I'd say, although he's been getting solo kill a few times here and there, solo killing back what's the word I'm looking for? Very
frequent?
Yeah, I would say that's a good word. Yeah, very volatile, especially in that mid lane, but I think that things that are open right now to keep your eyes on are things like the Senna Tahm, the Kaiser, and especially the Samira.
Senna, Tahm, Kench, Samira for upset. I think he's played that 3 times. We'll see whether he gets his hands on it. The Orianna will be the next ban away. And first pick option in the previous game, it was the Senna, and it worked out. The support Senna for Hans Sama.
The Udyr is up, the Kaiser's up, the Lillia is up. These are the kind of strong champions you're looking at. The Senna Tahm is hard to first pick because they could pick something away, so it makes it quite difficult. Although picking away Tahm is not the greatest because then you can just counter the Tahm itself because it doesn't have Senna alongside it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a different kind of first pick. Something like the Udyr works super, super well. And now Fnatic, what do they respond with? Do they want to take away the Senna Tahm? They want to take away the Kaiser, the Samira, which upset's been popping off on. And I think just for jungle, I think Selfmade's Lillia has been really, really great to see, and it is a good matchup into the Udyr.
It is such a pleasure hearing you rattle off all of the power picks, and when we're in a draft like this, where non-power picks are banned away, you can imagine what the conversations are like in the MAD Lions and the Fnatic camp, running through all of the list of power picks. If we take A, what will they take?
Exactly.
And obviously the Udyr comes in first. Fnatic elects to lock in the Samira and the Alistar. We've already got the Senna and the Tahm Kench, so it's the farm Kench in the bottom lane I'm expecting. And this is what we were talking about. This is what the analyst desk was talking about, the priority in this bottom lane duos and how impactful they can be for the game.
Yeah, somewhat of a passive bot lane, I'd say, the Senna Tahm, but into the Alistar sounds quite like a volatile matchup itself. But yeah, Selfmade picking up the Lillia, so both bot lanes, both junglers have been picked out, and with 3 mid bans and a Seraphine ban as well, let's say 4, I think things like the Syndra are just so OP right now. That's the next S+ tier mid on the board, so I wouldn't be surprised to see MAD Lions perhaps ban it out because Fnatic have first selection. Yeah. But I think Fnatic here have identified well. There's loads of mids banned out. We probably can pick mid on 4 anyway, so we're blinding. Let's get away the blind pick tops from MAD Lions to make it harder for them to find a blind pick top into Bwipo, who's been busting out random champions left and right, hopping off on them. So it's really scary to blind pick against Bwipo, I think.
Yeah, he's selecting random champions, and he's either popping off or being popped. Because his Riven last week popped off. His Wukong yesterday got popped. Like it was, you know, but like you said, volatile.
Yeah.
Feast or famine, right? Gangplank and Aatrox removed from the pool. This is a very, very interesting draft in terms of how this has played out. We're looking for both solo laners and MAD Lions will be able to at least counter one of whatever Fnatic locks in.
That Echo band smells to me like they want to pick Syndra. The only real counter to Syndra is the Echo in a sense where you don't counter her in lane, you counter her on the split push because Syndra can't really match the side lane because in a long lane Echo can chase her down. I mean, you saw Jizuke versus Crown at Worlds. I remember it was a couple of years ago with the Syndra Echo matchup. It's really difficult for the Syndra to kind of outscale the Echo in fights because he can jump on her, one-pop her essentially, take her out the fight, ult back, so she's out the fight. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Syndra pick up here from the side of Fnatic. And now I'm just curious what MAD Lions want to blind pick for top with GP, with Renekton, with Aatrox down.
Interesting Lucian ban as well. The Syndra comes in exactly as you anticipated, and this will give Bwipo the option to counterpick something in the top lane. MAD Lions, what do they run into the Syndra, and what do they feel brave enough blind picking top?
They need to pick some more team fight, I think. Against the double AP mid-jungle, it's really easy to itemize against. The Verdant Barrier gets you to the early game, and then you can start going for these late-game items. I think some kind of mid-game, late-game sort of mage like Victor works really well. I was thinking something like the Zoe could have perhaps worked, but I think more team fight is better to just support the Udyr when he gets the stun, make it so you actually can follow up on the fight. So what do MAD Lions want to blind pick? I think things like the Gnar, the Camille, Kennen, these champions are open. Just quite dangerous to blind pick against these small counter picks like the Jace and the Riven.
Well, some quick stats for you. Both Humanoid and Nisqy are 0 and 2 on Victor and Syndra respectively in the LEC. I do want to call out that Nisqy in the LCS has got 8 wins and 5 losses on that Syndra. So I want to see what performance he's going to bust out today. It will be the Gnar in the top lane that will be blind. And now the real question, roll a dice and guess what Bwipo is going to play into the Gnar, because he could go standard and he could go real bold as well.
Yeah, standard you're looking at Ken and Jace, but I think Sett is definitely not the standard matchup, I would say. I think Gnar does win that lane in the early phases, but when Sett gets level 3, level 4, similar to Renekton, the setup is there. So we were expecting an AD top out of the side of Fnatic, perhaps think a Camille or a Jace because you have this double AP mid-jungle, but the Sett is something Bwipo's known for, and I think the important thing to note about Sett in this draft essentially is not for lane. It's when the team fights come, Mega Gnar jumps in, he ults him back onto his team, so they get the re-engage. They can actually start going forwards rather than running away.
Bwipo has played 7 games of Sett professionally. He's won 5 of them. This will be his 8th, and I will be looking for that engage option that you talked about quickly before we head out. Feels to me like there's a little bit of scaling on the side of MAD Lions as well, but how these comps match up.
Yeah, I think these comps match up pretty evenly, I'd say. Both scalings are very similar. The only struggle that I see for Fnatic is MAD Lions have a lot of range. The Victor, the Senna is quite long range. The Gnar can decide when to choose the fights, whereas their only real form of just go in and get the engage is the Alistar. So Fnatic are staring down a lot of range, especially with these champions like Syndra, Samira, but if they can clump up onto MAD Lions and get some form of engage, the Samira jumps in, the Sett jumps in, MAD Lions need to peel back.
Counter engage for Fnatic, engage for MAD Lions. It's a fight near the top of the table as MAD Lions take on Fnatic. Welcome back to Summoner's Rift. We just came off a game that set the record for the latest first blood in 2021 at 15 minutes and 17 seconds. Just for interest's sake, the quickest is 1 minute and 12 seconds. I don't think we'll break that today.
I don't know if we'll break the long one, that's for sure. I think there's going to be a first blood in the first couple of minutes in this game. Probably on bot side, probably around the jungle. I think this mid matchup's kind of stable in a sense where I think I've seen this matchup a lot in the LCK, the Victor into Syndra. Syndra just uses all her mana to push in the first 5 waves, gets to level 4 bases, TP's back with a Sapphire Crystal or a Dark Seal, a couple more, bit more mana, and then she just keeps the Prio in this lane until Victor can get his E upgrade. So Syndra definitely favored in this matchup, whereas on the other side I think MAD Lions do have some kind of priority in top and bot, although I think bot is kind of contested. And both junglers will be clearing almost about the same speed.
We know bot is contested, not because of the champions in play,
because of the names.
The players, right? Because of the players piloting them. I do have a ground rule to lay out for you, Caedrel, as it is our first cast together. This is a support Senna until 3 items, okay? At 3 items, Senna becomes a bot laner, and it is the farm Kench, all right? That is the rules.
That's the rules.
It is defined. Medic is the one that has inspired me to push this, and the fans on Twitter and on Reddit actually named it farm Kench.
I see, farm Kench. Right. Okay, no more fasting Senna, farm Kench.
That's it, that's it. Farm Kench because it's about justice for the supports.
Okay, justice for the supports. I'll keep that in mind, Trevor. I'll keep that in mind, Medic especially as well. So I'm going to focus in on the jungle here in the early game. Just something small to notice. If you're ever in solo queue or you want to clear your jungle, Raptors into Krugs into red is always better because then those two camps spawn faster and you keep the red buff for longer. So if I was to do Raptors into red, my red buff would stay for less time by the time I finish my Krugs. and it means my Krugs would respawn later. So smart pathings from both junglers here. What this essentially means is they're going to get these 3 bot camps or 3 top camps on either sides and then go to opposite sides of the map that I expect. So Selfmade pathing towards bot, Elyoya pathing towards top, and you would expect that because that's their prio lanes.
You can already see Armut pushing this wave in very heavily, chunking down. Bwipo manages to get the stomp. Bwipo's got the flash available. It's under so much pressure. Flash under the tower. 1 shot, 2 shots. Armut misses the stun. That was not what we were expecting, but that volatile top lane.
Oh, both top laners are calling their jungler now, Trevor. I'm telling you, Armut's going to back off by the end of it because he's scared that Bwipo can run at him because he doesn't have the flash himself. So Armut's going to TP back. He almost landed the W to get the stun onto Bwipo. Didn't do it in time, but that flash from Bwipo was so intelligent. Just flash instantly because he knows if he can't flash reactionary. He has to guess that Armut's going to flash forwards. He guessed right, flash for flash in top lane, and Bwipo does have the TP up still. So wave pushing into him, he'll get a little bit more gold. This top matchup's already explosive.
Yeah, I definitely clinched a little bit as both Armut and Bwipo were trading. I'm keeping my eyes on the junglers. Both have hit level 3, and you can see Elyoya just clearing out his top.
Yeah, look at Selfmade. He poised his go back to his wolves, so he did blue into Gromp into wolves. That essentially means it gives him more time to go back towards top side. He's seen how volatile top is. He's seen his bot has no prio. Top lane is the action point. They're going to contest this grab.
And of course, Armut is pushed all the way forward. He's also teleported back to lane with no flash. Selfmade will connect with the swirl seed and start to back away. Bwipo has yet to recall.
Yeah, Selfmade's looking top now. Armut has no flash. The wave's pushing into him. Elyoya's running to bot crab, so Fnatic have full information here that Armut is alone on the top side. Yes, Elyoya will get a double camp lead by getting 2 crabs, but this top wave for MAD Lions is looking kind of scary as Nisqy does get chunked out. He has the TP to get back to lane.
This is a good start for MAD Lions, though. Armut, like, pushing Bwipo hard, not being punished by Selfmade, who altered his pathing. Remember, Caedrel had said just a few moments ago that Selfmade was setting up to push into the bottom lane, and look at how far Carzzy and Kaiser have pushed this lane. On the same token, Humanoid pushing forward into Nisqy. So it is a small CS advantage for Bwipo. He was able to stay in lane, hasn't yet recalled, still sitting with their teleport available, and Selfmade is nearby if Armut sticks around.
And that's huge because Armut TP'd back with a refillable pot, whereas Bwipo has got sitting on 26 CS, sitting on around 500 to 600 gold. He can base and pick up an extra item on Armut, so when he TP's back, he should be able to win this lane. As Bwipo does get the cannon, I wouldn't be surprised to see him base soon.
Yeah, definitely for the time being. There's that recall now for both Elyoya as well as Selfmade. And you can feel the tension from both Caedrel and myself because we're anticipating high action. Level 5 here from Nisqy, scatter the weak into that Dark Sphere, just chunking out Humanoid, who's low on mana. And is taking a bit of a beating, but he's farming still very well under the tower. Nisqy's, again, just trying to zone him away, just bully him as much as possible.
Yeah, Humanoid has the TP, so he's just kind of collect a few CS there, TP back, so Bwipo still hasn't TP'd back. He is regenerating quite well with that Doran shield. He is just making sure he gets as many creeps as he can, so when he TP's back, he can spend as much gold as possible, which essentially gives him prio. Hylissang comboing onto Carzzy.
Nicely done. So much damage. Could this be a 2v2 kill? Upset stepping forward, and now the return damage. Look at how many minions Carzzy and Kaiser have to fight into. Fantastic trade from Fnatic.
Yeah, really good trade from Fnatic. I wouldn't be surprised to see them base or use this kind of advantage to force something. Bwipo does eventually TP back to the top side. Both these junglers have based, and Selfmade has opted for the boots, so that means he's going to be really quick around the map and reactionary on these lanes. If anything does kick off, he'll be there first. So Selfmade on the bottom side of the map. Elyoya has the Balmy Cinder, so he's going to be a little bit slower. But yeah, this bot lane, lots of trading going on. Upset's been chunked to half HP. Carzzy's still sitting pretty low. Hylissang could look for some kind of flash Q here, I think.
So the support Senna is so low. Defensive flash from Carzzy. Kaiser gets knocked up by the Pulverize, almost stunned down. Carzzy's going to step forward, and here comes Selfmade as well. The Blooming Blows will do some damage. That's a double root, though. All of a sudden, Fnatic are running for their lives. Here comes Elyoya. It's Selfmade. Upset and Hilly, who are the targets. Elyoya will not be able to find the stun just yet. Steps forward, and Hylissang will look for another. Devour comes out. First blood picked up by Elyoya, and Fnatic are turning it around. Kaiser's the next target. Upset is spinning and whirling and slashing and shooting. Elyoya forced to flash for his life. 2 for 1 Fnatic.
Huge fight in the bot lane. 2 for 1 for Fnatic. Not only did they get the 2 kills, they look at the wave that they're crashing. Carzzy's going to lose all this wave. Yes, Elyoya will pick it up, but that's huge for the side of Fnatic. We expected blood in bot lane. When I said Hylissang could flash Q, I didn't actually expect him to do it. He didn't even hit Carzzy, so the flash was wasted. Elyoya came down, and now Fnatic sitting at 2 kills. As we see Humanoid using the ult to push out the wave. I don't think he's trying to focus on a kill here. He just wants to make sure that he can push in the wave and get a base off. As Hylissang's here to just cover mid. So 3 kills across the board, 2 for Fnatic. As we watch this again, I didn't actually expect him to go in for this because when they were stacking up, I could see it. But he tries to get Carzzy as well. Carzzy just reacts in time as well from the flash himself. And Selfmade is here, so you would expect this to be a 3v2 situation. But essentially MAD Lions can almost 2v3 this in a sense. Carzzy's just poking him down, Kaiser goes in, Elyoya's around, and they just call him down, start the 3v3.
Absolutely fantastic counter there from Carzzy, flashing on max range. Now, he obviously had just a moment or two extra to play with it, but the turnaround, kill and an assist to Upset.
That's all because of Hylissang. He buys so much time, although he was the main target, he was running away. He actually used the bush vision to just try and throw MAD Lions off point, used his headbutt, used his stun, used the CC so well so that Fnatic could buy a couple of seconds extra to turn the fight.
Yeah, really nicely done there by Fnatic. It is what we were expecting. This is a team that has played very, very aggressively, and if I do have a moment, I just want to quickly contrast some of the team statistics in terms of when they're ahead, how well they're ahead. When Fnatic have an advantage, they spend 45% of their game time with a major lead, and only 16% of the game time with a major deficit, meaning if the game isn't close, most of the time, they are significantly
They run away
ahead.
with it. Yeah, they run away with the game. Whereas if the game is, in their favor, they just take over the game, like you said, and they just snowball it so well. And that's all down to the aggression. When they get the gold leads, they just go for the dives, they go for the plays, and they just keep making it so it's an exponential growth. As Elyoya is starting up the Herald, I don't think Selfmade can get there in time. I wouldn't be surprised to see him trade for the Dragon, because he's got full bot side control. He's on his bot side camp. So Elyoya is on vision. Fnatic know what he's doing, but Fnatic just don't have enough members on the top side of the map to contest this. All they can do is essentially trade. Look for some kind of bot dive, perhaps. They don't have any TPs. I think Drake is just the safest play.
Yeah, absolutely the case for now. No pressure. Hylissang stepping forward, clearing out the control ward. He's got himself that Hex Flash. Will be available in just a moment's time. Ultimate soon. And Elyoya, he picked up the Rift Heralds.
You might be wondering why Hylissang was so far up in the bot side of the map. He was sitting in their Golem's bush, essentially. What he's doing is fake pressuring. MAD Lions don't have any information as to where Selfmade is. Yes, he could be on the Dragon, but he could also be behind Hylissang. So Hylissang just kind of flexing there, did deny Carzzy some XP. But Fnatic do end up picking the Dragon, and just smart play from Hylissang, knowing that he's playing with MAD Lions' information. If they don't know whether he's on the Drake, whether he's behind Hylissang, walk up, make them a bit scared, and then make them play the guessing game.
And that's a pretty good start for the Dragon counter. You know, a little after 8.5, 8 minutes 40. Damage comes out from Hilly, manages to headbutt, pulverize, Carzzy going low again. The Inferno trigger! Carzzy's killed! Just straight up, 2v2 dunks.
Yeah, no combat summoners from MAD Lions. The exhaust just came up. They're looking for a dive. Hylissang hit 6.
While Kench is being farmed by Fnatic. Double kill to Upset, and Hilly goes down to Kaiser. But that was beautiful.
I don't know if MAD Lions were expecting that. I think Hylissang just went in knowing their combat summoners
Honestly, unacceptable. It is Upset and Hylissang. You have to expect
Of course you have to expect it. What am I saying? I just think that maybe he timed the exhaust perfectly. Hylissang went in, there was still 10 seconds on exhaust, so Upset could just dive the backline and just go past Kaiser, go on to Carzzy. Does pick him up and he eats on enough. As Bwipo's ulting in top, Armut has flash.
No, that's a showstopper coming out. Bwipo gets a gigantic shield, but it's starting to turn around. Armut was tired, about to get hyper, about to get excited.
This is the classic Hylissang, just running straight, using his bot tempo, using his winning bot, although he died. He's running top now, so he can cover this dive. Humanoid could be in trouble.
Right, Humanoid will have some support from Elyoya. That's the bear slap to the face, defensive flash from Hilly. The stun won't come out. Armut's about to Mega Gnar out.
Yeah, but this is important. Although Hylissang had to blow his flash, he's covering Bwipo on this dive. He would have got 3-man dove, lost the whole wave, no TP. So Hylissang staying up here, making sure he can cover this top dive. And although he burns the flash, they don't lose Bwipo in the end.
Ionian Boots of Lucidity for 3 members of Fnatic. They want to get their flashes as quickly as is possible. Hylissang almost catches that Armut, was stood right on top of a ward there. And Immortal Shield Bow was picked up by Upset at 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Upset has both summoners. Hylissang's not afraid of Upset getting dove, so he'll waste Armut's time as much as he can, cancel his base. Now Upset, he is in a 2v1 here. There is a TP on both solo laners of MAD Lions. They could try and force him off this wave, but in general, it's just not worth it. There's no real reason to invest it in, because Upset both summoners, he can flash away. So Hylissang using his time window so well, although he lost a wave of XP, he's impacting the whole map and just saving top lane essentially there from winning bot.
And that is what we were anticipating from the game, right? When we were preparing for this, Caedrel kept saying to me, Carzzy and Kaiser, the most aggressive bot lane, look against Hylissang. It was almost exclusive of Hylissang first. And then, yes, you add Upset, don't get me wrong, right? But it's Hylissang that defines that duo.
Yeah, Hylissang just took these kids to town. He said, your guys are the most aggressive bot lane in the LEC. I've been here for years. Watch this. Just essentially merged them in the 2v2. There's some trading on mid.
Oh my word, observers are smurfing. It's a 3v1 in the mid lane, as all of a sudden Humanoid's in trouble in the top lane. Armut almost kills Bwipo.
Oh, he gets him!
Hit him with the house!
He smacks him with the house, takes him down, and that's a solo kill in the top side. We had the split camera, split screen going on. 2 fights. Fnatic lose out on the top side, but Fnatic win in the mid. So, Kill for Selfmade. Humanoid does die. He saves both sums, but Bwipo, no flash, gets taken down in the solo kill.
Yo, my producers aren't going to like this. Give the observers a raise. That was sick. 2 kills at exactly the same time on the split screen. But of course, Humanoid goes down to the gank. 100% kill
TP behind.
participation
Upset has sums.
for Hylissang. Upset, flash and heal available.
He's gonna
Teleport's gonna get cancelled. The best
screen again.
to the face. Split screen. There's 2 more fights happening again. All of a sudden, it's Humanoid that gets revenge on Nisqy. Mad Lions even out the goal.
Yeah, Carzzy flashed away in bot, so he didn't fall. So Mad Lions pick up a kill on Nisqy. Disrespect TP, TPing essentially almost in the middle of the lane. Humanoid walks up, pops the Gravitum, stuns him up. Elyoya comes in and they pick up the kill. Now the Herald in mid is going to secure the plates. And in general, when you don't really have any lanes that you can push in advance from, hang on, Bwipo's going in with the ult.
That's fantastic. Showstopper underneath the tower. Unleash powers on cooldown here. And Nisqy will rejoin the fray. He's now under some pressure. Hylissang and Upset being chased down by Carzzy and Kaiser, turning it back around. Hylissang's still got the ultimate available. Upset flash and heal too. Dashes back to safety. Bwipo and Selfmade fighting in the mid lane, and Bwipo gets a gigantic shield. Stays alive just long enough to come help out on Kaiser. Gets an auto to the face, and now Selfmade trying to get those blooming blows. He's forced to flash defensively. Carzzy, the support Senna, pushing down Upset. Still holding on to the flash. Gets caught up by the gravity field. Bwipo gets his first kill. He rejoins the fray after the heal, and now Mad Lions are running.
This 4v4 doesn't end, Trevor. They're going to chase him down here. Carzzy doesn't have flash. Can Hylissang find? He's looking with the Hex Flash, but I think that's gold they're going to get. All they're going to do is pick up Humanoid, and that 4v4 went on for so long. There was a 2v2 in mid, a 2v2 on the bot side, and in the end, Fnatic pick up 1 kill.
Okay, Caedrel, it is even on gold, but Fnatic have got the dragon. Fnatic will put some damage in the mid lane here, and it's 10 seconds till the next one.
Yeah, so important. This whole 4v4 going on, Armut was taking top plating, so he's almost taken a full top tower. Yes, Fnatic will answer in mid, but the Herald usage is what kicked that all off. You heralding mid tower, Bwipo is having none of it. Ults in, gets Armut's flash, and the fight just starts from there.
It absolutely does, and if you're a fan of records and setting, special moments here in the LEC, Bwipo has accrued 491 kills in his career here in Europe. He is 9 kills away from 500. I have a special confetti celebration planned. If he manages to pick up 9 more, the magic number is 10. He needs 10 kills this game. I remain hopeful, but realistically, not going to see it this game, but maybe, we don't know.
I'm interested to see what your definition of a confetti special party is, Trevor. It must be some kind of boomer tactic you've got going on there, but I can't wait to see the party hats.
It will be the case.
As
you're
Fnatic pick up mid
help me
tower.
on this one.
Yeah, Fnatic pick up mid tower, Mad Lions pick up top tower, and Fnatic end up getting the second dragon.
Okay, so they picked this one up. That's 14.5. We're still 10 minutes away from Soul Point, right? That's going to set us to 24-ish minutes in gameplay. Upset 3-0-2 on the Samira. Just as a quick reminder, Samira is not allowed to purchase a Guardian Angel. Those of you who remember, there was a bug which relates to that particular setup. I believe it was a 0 as well. Regardless of that fact, Upset will get Chilling Smited to the face, gets slapped by a bear stance, takes a couple autos from Phoenix, and that is a scary Udyr already. There's still a flash, bear slap available.
Kench's coming in.
It's put to sleep. Kaiser and Carzzy join the fray, and Armut gets pushed away by Bwipo.
Yeah, Fnatic back off smartly there. 3 members against 4 members of Mad Lions. Just an interesting trade. Did you see how much damage Elyoya did in that Phoenix stance onto Upset? It procced his Immortal Shield, bro. Took him to around 25% HP. So you can see the power of the Udyr coming in there as Fnatic tried to take down the bot tier 1. Mad Lions all rotated down, but I think in a couple more ways, Fnatic should be able to get this when they re-establish vision control around the map.
If we happen to have a moment or two, could the observers toggle over the gold? I just want to contrast the different lanes. Plus 800 in Armut's favor in the top lane. In the mid lane, plus 600 to Nisqy. And if we combo the bottom lanes, it's around 10,000 gold for Fnatic to 9,000 gold for Mad Lions. So the farm Kench and support Senna, 1,000 gold down.
Yeah, really far behind in gold. Upsets 3-0-2 on this Samira. So fed. 142 CS at 15 minutes as we saw Hylissang flash in onto Humanoid. And basically what he's doing there is trading flashes. If Humanoid doesn't react, he's dead. If Humanoid flashes away, he has no flash. So now he can't step up to the tier 1 bot, and they're going to lose this tower. If he was having flash up, he could probably try to eat away, be a bit funny, use his ult. But Hylissang's having none of it. Ult flashes on him. Gets his flash, and now look at how far up he is, making sure Humanoid can't even come close to that wave, and they secure the tower.
Okay, Caedrel, I'm expecting a lot of fights for this game, just because of the teams and how they play. But with a tower down to 2, with 4 kills to 6, 2 dragons to 0, the map is now starting to open up, right? So which team are you looking at to make the first move? Which team are you looking at to be more proactive?
I think Fnatic is just more proactive in general based on their playstyle in the game. Not so much their champions, but Hylissang and Bwipo aren't afraid to go in. We know that historically an Upset being fed on the Samira in the mid game means that you want to fight around these dragons. So I think There will be a lot of fights, Trevor, but I think the biggest ones will be around the dragon.
Okay.
Now that Fnatic have accrued 2 dragons. But I will say MAD Lions have a lot of split push potential with this Gnar. They should win on the side lane, and Carzzy and Kaiser with this Tahm Kench ult can always rotate first when this Tahm Kench hits level 11. So keep your eye out for Kaiser hitting level 11. Second point in the ultimate opens up the bigger sort of range that he can use it and try and help Armut on these side lanes, whereas Fnatic, they want to try and find these dragon fights.
And especially with Armut being ahead, right? He's what, plus 900 gold up over Bwipo. He's had that stride breaker completed for a little bit, so marginally ahead itemization-wise. And Humanoid, they're playing with a lot of respect, backing away. The old adage of Humanoid dies in a side lane. I'm waiting. It is merely a matter of time. The previous engage by Hilly didn't work out.
3 things are certain in life, Trevor. Death, taxes, and Humanoid dying on side lane as Elyoya gets engaged on.
Certainly the case. I think you can add a 4th one. Hilly going in.
Hilly going in.
I think there can be 4 rules to life. But look, we're 2 minutes until the dragon. I like this pressure from Fnatic. They're pushing the vision deep into MAD Lions territory so they can set up the play. And going back to what Caedrel said, they're the proactive team.
Yeah, Fnatic are on a timer here. You can see Bwipo rotated all the way down from top side just to make sure they can secure this bot side vision and look for any kind of fight if MAD Lions step up too far. But Bwipo will have to go back to his top side eventually, and MAD Lions can look to retake the vision. Elyoya proxies the mid wave. That's really annoying for Fnatic. Now they can't really get too much of a mid push to contest. And Armut's hitting onto this top tier 2. Bwipo, Nisqy, and Selfmade all running up. So I think MAD Lions can start to retake their bot side, and we'll see them enter it, because there is 1 minute 30 seconds on Dragon. They need to control the bot side of the map.
So much pressure here. MAD Lions pushing multiple lanes. Fnatic trying to respond. Bwipo's getting a good trade down. Upset has flash and heal available to him. Gets caught up by the best. And look at the damage from the Phoenix. Dashes away to safety. Upset is exhausted. Hilly's bought a lot of time. But the flash, bear, slap, picks up a kill to Upset. He's shut down for the MAD Lions. Hylissang will be the next target. And after this teleport completes, it's going to the mid lane. Nisqy's not even helping out. Hilly will be able to buy some time before it's Kaiser that picks him up. That evens out the kills, and MAD can take another tower.
You have to question the decision-making from Fnatic. 3 of their members went top side to stop the split push from Armut, and they were alone on the bot side of the map. MAD Lions pushed in mid, they ran bot side, they used the Tahm Kench ult. Humanoid getting stunned up here. Nisqy has the ult.
Beautifully done from Nisqy, but just not enough damage.
Flash.
Gravity Storm comes out,
That's a solo
Nisqy
kill.
finds it.
Yeah, Humanoid gets that solo kill. It might not be on a side lane, but he does get taken down. So, yeah, you have to question Upset's flash there. He could have just flashed over the wall and gotten out of that play. Maybe MAD Lions could have flashed after him, but Fnatic lose 2 members, they lose this bot tower, and the Herald's pushing in bot, so Fnatic need to push out this bot wave if they want to contest this dragon. Yes, observers, if we can just look at the vision Fnatic have on the bot side of the map in the enemy team's jungle, MAD Lions jungle, there's absolutely nothing that Fnatic can't see, essentially. They have full side vision, they can push out these waves. I wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of dragon fight.
Well, 20 minutes on the clock, 8 seconds to the next dragon. If MAD Lions pick it up, this will delay the Mountain Soul for Fnatic. Hylissang will go over the wall there.
TP coming in.
And now all of a sudden, Elyoya will find himself. A bear finds a cow. A Phoenix slaps again. The dragon is up. Swirlseed will find a target, but Selfmade holds on to Lilting Lullaby. And all of a sudden, Fnatic start the dragon.
Starting up the dragon, yeah. They did get the mid push in. Hylissang did get chunked out. He has the ultimate, he has the flash. He might be looking some kind of flash engage. Trevor, Selfmade's going towards the mid wave. Upset needs to get this S tier rank so he can ult in the backline, but MAD Lions now have control of the river. Bwipo's going in.
Bwipo's going all the way in. Remember, the showstopper wants to be used to stop the Mega Gnar. Armut's about to Gnar out. He has the ability to crunch down on Fnatic, and it feels like Fnatic will give this one up. They're too late to the party. They will see him. Bwipo tries to recall in a bush. That was cheeky. The headbutt away. Armut gets the Gnar down onto Upset. He's locked against the wall. Hylissang stays alive a few seconds longer. That's a fantastic scout of the week. A dash forward into the Inferno trigger. Spin, but not enough win. As Kaiser picks up the first kill. Upset goes down immediately after. Another great scout of the week. Everybody dies, but it's MAD Lions coming out on top.
MAD Lions come out on top. I think they're going to get the ace here. Trevor Nisqy, can he outplay this? He has some mana to work with. Does get the knockout back onto Elyoya, but I think he can just chase him down. And wow, MAD Lions find the fight that they need. The Gnar ult into the wall was so crucial, and it looked like Fnatic could turn, but that's an ace for MAD Lions. They can't get the Baron, but can they push him in and get this tier 1?
You cannot outrun the man, bear, pig, Phoenix, tiger thing. Elyoya, 4-0-4. For anyone that watched the preview video just coming into this game, we heard from Elyoya. We saw him lock in the Udyr. I think it was first pick, if you recall correctly. And it is popping off this game.
Yeah, Trevor, you can see Fnatic's just chunked out because the amount of range MAD Lions have, and Armut, there's loads of interesting things in this fight. Armut gets the ult into the wall, which starts the fight, meaning Bwipo has to help his team. And although it does look good for Fnatic because they get multiple stuns, multiple sleeps, it looks like Fnatic can chase in. Carzzy and Humanoid are basically untouched, and although Upset dives in the backline and gets a lot of ults off, Carzzy and Humanoid just have way too much range. Fnatic can't walk up, and when they do, they just get chased down. And this flash bear slap, the bear essentially just chasing them down, like you said, the man bear pig MVP.
It's fantastic. I mean, look, a lot of credit there to Nisqy. He got multiple multi-man stuns, but during the draft, Caedrel, you really said something that just stuck with me, that Bwipo on the set ideally wants to take the Gnar into the Mad Lions team, use that showstopper, remove the engaged threat. But Bwipo was damaged so much before the fight even began, he couldn't really make that play happen.
And that's the thing, Fnatic's engage are essentially flashes or just trying to find pigs, whereas Mad Lions have the Victor, they have the Gnar, they have the Senna, they have so much range to stop Fnatic from being able to walk up. You saw Hylissang got chunked out, Bwipo got chunked out, and even if they did decide to flash in, Kaiser can always eat away the target that they select. So Mad Lions have a really good defensive way of dealing with Fnatic's comp, and they have a really good way of just poking them out before these objectives spawn, like we saw on that Dragon. And then, yeah, just an ace for Mad Lions. Huge, huge play, and now they're 2k gold up essentially, and they're scaling super, super well into this late game.
And if we look at the itemization here, the fact that Fnatic have 3 Lucy boots, so flashes a little bit quicker, it doesn't matter, because you have Dead Man's Plate twice, you have 2 turbo chem tanks, and you've got a few more items of like more traditional engage. The Abyssal Voyage can jump in from behind you, the Gnar can hop over, so Mad Lions have got the tools they need to chase down Fnatic, and they've got the gold.
Yeah, definitely. They've got really good ways to chase them down, like you said, but Mad Lions have such a strong 1-3-1 comp. You can see Humanoid and Armut push in both sides, they base together. Look at this coordinated reset from Mad Lions. Essentially 4 members of Mad Lions have based. They pushed out waves, they spend their goal, they come back onto the map, they keep the control. Look how many wards Mad Lions have on this top side of the map around the Baron. I think Fnatic needs to find a way to take these wards out, because Mad Lions are playing with essentially all the information in the game. They have a map essentially, Trevor, and Mad Lions, if they want to set up in a 1-3-1, they can push the sides, keep control. Kaiser's ulting in. Hylissang has flash and ult. Selfmade doesn't have the flash though.
A lot of luxury vision allows Mad Lions to engage. Hylissang goes back in. The ultimate is ticking. There's the showstopper. Here comes Humanoid. Armut's waiting to Gnar out. Hilly forced a flash. He's already down. Bwipo's going to be the next target, but he manages to find Carzzy in the fray. It's Selfmade that gets the kill. Bwipo escapes with his life. Another fantastic scout of the week. That ends up being a 1-for-1 exchange.
I would call this team fights, Trevor, but it just looks like so many 1v1s and 2v2s. Armut's fighting Upset, and then the split fight on the top side of the tri-bush. Hylissang flashing in, trying to find the stun, but that's a 1-for-1 trade. You have to favor Fnatic in a sense. They had no real vision going into that fight. Mad Lions pull the trigger, support for AD carry in a way, but Mad Lions do keep control of the map. Basing again on the side of Humanoid as we see this fight again. Hylissang, and I think they tried to catch out Hylissang, tried to force his ult, tried to force his flash, because he's stepping up way too far into this river alone looking for vision. And when they pull the trigger, I don't think they expect Selfmade and Bwipo to be here. So you can see it's essentially a 3v3 on the top side of the tri-bush. And as Upset wants to try and join the fight on the other side of the screen, Armut fights him away. TP's come in, Humanoid's already there, and then the fight just progresses from there as Bwipo goes in the front line, and Hylissang tries to find this flash stun, does get the stun in the end, and it ends up in a 1-for-1.
And so, the vision ended at that Baron line at the tri-bush. Mad Lions bite off just a little more than they can chew. 22 kills in 24 minutes. We're nearly at a kill a minute. The kill record in 2021 is 50 kills in a game. I got a feeling, Caedrel, that this is going to be a spicy one, and we're going to get close to it with 20 seconds until the Mountain Drake. The last time these two teams fought, I think it was 5-for-3, if I recall correctly. I'm expecting another bloodbath. Elyoya's got flash. Bear! Slap! That's so much damage on a Nisqy, but he escapes with his life. He gets the unleashed power this time round. Will not find the stun. Elyoya, he flew in there, but he couldn't find enough damage follow-up to kill Nisqy.
Yeah, Nisqy has to respect it. He has to flash away, and now Nisqy has no flash for this dragon fight. Armut.
There's the engage.
Bwipo's going in.
The showstopper comes out, the stun. The devour had already been used on Carzzy, and Bwipo's low. Carzzy's dropping as well, the 2-man route. Humanoid kills Bwipo, and Elyoya kills Selfmade.
Whoa.
The huge Gnar from Armut, and Fnatic are
Upset.
wrecked. Upset's trying to do what he can with the Inferno trigger. He's got 1, he's got 2. Nisqy stays alive. How did Upset save that? Upset manages to turn it back around. I doubted him. But now all of a sudden the Dragon is the focus.
Dragon is the focus. Upset picked up 3 kills in that fight alone. He essentially won the entire fight for Fnatic, kept him in the game. Now it's a 2v2 for this Dragon. Nisqy needs to find a stun if Upset wants to jump in. There's no smite. Nisqy and Upset can burst it together, but it resets. How long is this standoff going to go on? There is a TP on Humanoid in 20 seconds.
The farm Kench on the top lane, Armut trying to take down bot and mid. Upset in Nisqy trying to focus. Teleport coming
TP
out
from Bwipo.
Fnatic. Bwipo's going to join the fray. He's got flash available, but no ultimate. Will take a lashing from Kaiser's tongue. Flashes over the boomerang, pulls him backwards. Upset is going to continue to chase down, dashes forward, gets enough.
Humanoid can TP in 2 seconds. Humanoid can TP in 2 seconds. He's TP on the side.
Oh, look at the hook! The Gnar! It's Upset into the wall! It could not have been better! Armut, you beauty! That's a huge shield from Bwipo and a gigantic showstopper, but it won't even complete. A double kill for Carzzy. Does that mean Baron? Do they get Baron?
That does mean Baron, Trevor. They're going to get this Baron. Bwipo down, Upset down for 30 seconds as well, and Upset saved the Dragon fight, but Armut saved the game. He gets the Baron for his team, and now how do Fnatic contest this? Nisqy's really low. Selfmade does have the flash to steal, but no vision. Kaiser smartly being around to zone them away. I think this is Baron, Trevor.
It absolutely will be. 30 kills in 27 minutes, all right? 50 kills is the record for the most in a game in 2021. Despite the Dragon going to Fnatic, in the re-engage, in the teleport that Bwipo initiated, it's Mad Lions that punish Fnatic and get Baron.
Yeah, Bwipo finds the engage here, and Fnatic overextending the fight. Mad Lions have way too much range, and although Bwipo's in the backline, not one of Fnatic can follow up. But look at Upset, he slowly stacks his S ranks, and although Bwipo does die and Hylissang does fall, Selfmade falls. Upset's the key member of Fnatic to keep them in the game. Armut finds Nisqy, but Upset's out of vision. No one on Mad Lions sees him. He essentially picks up Carzzy in the backline, gets the S rank, goes through with the dash, back onto Humanoid, dashes his flash, flashes after him on top of that, picks up 3 kills, and then turns into a 2-for-2 stare down. TPs were essentially on the timer. Bwipo comes in, Humanoid comes in, turns from a 2v2 into a 3v3 into a 4v4.
Man, but keep your eyes on Armut as he starts to build up that Gnar bar. He's had enough time to get tired, and he finds the stun onto Upset, who has no flash, who has no heal, just into the wall. I think Upset stepped backwards. I feel like that's what got him the stun.
Yeah, the animation counts from Armut using the double jump for the knockback was just so crucial for Mad Lions, and they pick up 2 kills. That's the Baron now. They're looking at a really, really hefty gold lead, especially when you're outscaling Fnatic. Mad Lions have full control of the map, and Fnatic need to find some way of dealing with this siege comp, because they're so short range, they have so little wave clear apart from the Syndra, and their only real engage is flashes. So Mad Lions have enough disengage and enough range to deal with that.
And something we haven't even had a chance to talk about, Caedrel, these teams are both 6 and 4 in the standings. These teams are fighting for seeding for playoffs. Yesterday, Fnatic dropped a game, right? Surprisingly. Today, regardless of the result, you wouldn't be surprised. You could defend Mad beating Fnatic and Fnatic beating Mad. But with them both being so close and so pivotal, the difference between 1st and 2nd seed versus 3rd, 4th, and if you drop 1 or 2 more games, 5th, 6th, 7th, it's starting to get scary. Elyoya will take some damage as Hilly will get rooted. The ultimate will be used in the headbutt to knock away Elyoya. No flash for him just yet, but look at how much hammering Hylissang is taking. Yeah,
definitely scary for the playoffs, like you said, but Hylissang gets chunked out, and look at Mad Lions' setup. They pushed 3 people in mid to push in the wave. Humanoid was on the top side. Armut moves from bot to mid, and they go into a 4-1 setup to get this top tier 2, and Mad Lions using their supportive champs to hover around the map. As the top tier 2 goes down, just a really, really good shift from Mad Lions there to secure that tower. I think sieging onto these tier 3s so early would be a bit difficult, because Fnatic can find engages if their carries step up too far.
Crucially for Fnatic, if you are a fan, despite putting down 8k gold, they are 1 dragon away from the Mountain Soul. It's a 1.5 minutes away. We've seen what Upset can do in these team fights. He's got himself 3 items completed, and the support Senna has officially become a bot laner. Kraken Slayer, Rage Blade, Rapid Fire Cannon completed.
Officially.
As if Carzzy didn't need more range already. But with a minute to go until this mountain, Mad Lions would be foolish not to push vision and to allow Fnatic anywhere near it.
Exactly. If Mad Lions get full control of this dragon, it's so hard for Fnatic to face check, walk up and find engages with no vision, essentially. So Mad Lions pushing in the waves. They are grouping up. They've just based. Armut's picked up the Sterax, and this front line of Mad Lions is getting scary. Kaiser and Armut are so tanky. Elyoya, you saw the Syndra ults fly onto him in earlier fights, and nothing actually happened. But Hylissang is doing Hylissang things. He's looking for some kind of flank. Maybe he can flash on someone. Does get spotted out by the plant though, so Hylissang backs off. That was only Fnatic's real only chance of finding a really good engage, but you can see Mad Lions can chase him down now.
The Abyssal Voyage, this is going to cut Hilly off. He's got flash available. We'll be able to use Kaiser to taxi away to safety, but Upset's got damage. He's managed to put it down onto Kaiser. The exhaust bought so much time. Here comes Armut. That's a wild rush. He does it again. Armut finds Upset, and Humanoid sends him to the fountain. 2 quick kills for the Mad Lions, and Carzzy, with the help of Armut and the rest of the Mad Lions, run down Fnatic. They ace Fnatic and turn for the base.
Hylissang had to find the engage. They had to set up this 4th dragon, but in the end, he gets chased down. An ace, 5-0 for the side of Mad Lions. They TP into the mid lane. 30-40 seconds to play with here. I think they should be able to just end the game here.
Oh, it ends up being 35 kills in 31 minutes, but Armut with the pixel perfect ultimates. The blind pick Gnar finds Upset him back back-to-back skirmishes that unlocks the Nexus, that unlocks the game, and Mad Lions take down Fnatic.
You're so right, Trevor. Armut's the MVP for me. He's against Alistar Sett, 2 knockbacks, but he gets ults on the carries in every single fight, in the last 2 especially, catching out upset and making sure that Mad Lions can essentially run forward, use their range, and take down the whole team of Fnatic, picking up Baron, picking up Hylissang, picking up the fights, and then picking up the game.
I thoroughly enjoyed watching the game, but I'm going to be very, very honest as a viewer, as a fan. I'm disappointed it ended so abruptly. You know, it felt so close, and it felt like the fights were, could go either way. But every time you look back from the second, the third dragon, it's just Mad Lions. They built that gold lead even more. And obviously they get in quickly because they had an 9,000 gold lead at the end.
You have to argue, though, if Fnatic just stayed in their base, gave up the dragon, I think they would just eventually get outscaled, get pushed in, have to give up the Baron as well. And if they tried to contest that, then, yeah, they would lose the fight similarly.
Fnatic, sit back, hide.
No way.
Not their style. Listen, let's turn our attention to key player of the game. Go ahead, head over to @LEC on Twitter. Armut, Elyoya, or Kaiser are going to be your 3 nominees. I mean, fantastic performance. That means Mad Lions go 7-4, whereas Fnatic will now be 6-5, 1 win away from the likes of Schalke, the likes of XL. It's a very scary place to be. SK as well. Look, we'll talk with Kaiser in just a minute before G2 Esports and Schalke face off in our match of the week. That was a banger.
That was a banger. Next one's a banger too.
Lovely.
Lovely.
I don't see G2 as a big challenge or a big opponent. Like I'm pretty sure we're just gonna win.
Schalke is looking like a weird team because they're losing to a lot of the worst teams and winning against some of the better teams. I'm hoping that they will not beat us again, right? Because that would suck. But this time around, I think we're a bit more comfortable in the meta.
I've collected a lot of experience last year, how it is to be at rock bottom and how it feels to climb back up and be at the top. So I think I can use this for the next year to show that I'm one of the best.
They are out there, waiting to be discovered. Some of them are big, and some of them are small. But that's the thing with ideas. They don't just come to you. To find them, you have to move. Kia, movement that inspires.
Welcome back to the LEC. That's a 2-0 for the Mad Lions here in week 5, and that's also a 2-0 for the Mad Lions against Fnatic in Spring. Kaiser, congrats on winning against them again in Spring. How do you explain this result, and what was different compared to the last time you faced them?
I mean, the draft was a bit different for sure. I think we opted into a more passive bot side, for example. Like we played Senna, Tahm, Kench, which is not really our style, I would say, but it was a good matchup into their bot lane. Like the game, it felt kind of weird in a way because it was like super close, and I think I have to give it like a huge shout out to Armut. I think he played insanely well this game. Like he had multiple like Gnars that just saved this game for us. So I think he really carried us this game. So yeah.
Well, I guess you're not the only one who agrees here, because the community decided that Armut was the player of the game. I think it's the 4th time he gets it during Spring here, which is quite impressive. How has it been playing with him?
I mean, it's been pretty fun. Like he's a really quirky guy, I guess. He kind of fits into our team atmosphere really well, because like Carzzy, me, like Merrick, like we're already good friends, and like Elyoya as well. Like we always having like so much fun together, and like we're just joking around, you know, like not taking anything seriously, you know, like even in game, like we're just joking around, I guess. And Armut fits in the area perfectly, I guess. So yeah, I'm really happy with him.
That's amazing. And yeah, we can see that the Mad Lions are getting better and better week after week. And as we're getting closer to playoff, I guess that's important. But I want to focus on the game a bit more here, because I feel like the first bot lane trades didn't go so well for you. Can you tell me a bit more about them, and why did you miss some opportunities here maybe?
I mean, as I said, like Senna Tahm is not really our style. Yeah. Like we didn't really practice this combo that much in scrims. Like we played it maybe once or twice because we didn't think it was that strong. But then we like saw like Reckless play it, and it was like completely broken. So we tried to pick it up for this game because we knew that they were gonna pick like a low range bot lane that like Senna Tahm Kench could be good against, and they did. So we just like tried to pick it. Of course, like we weren't really on the same page sometimes. Like sometimes Carzzy went out too early, or like I didn't eat him. Like I ate him too late or something. So I think we still have to practice this combo to like be completely like good on it. So it was like just mechanical misplays in lane that got Fnatic's bot lane ahead. I mean, they capitalized on our mistakes as well. So well played to them. But yeah, I think we could have played it better for sure.
I have another question about Senna Tahm Kench a bit later, but I want to focus on the game a bit more here. There's a replay I want to show you. The 3rd Drake, actually, Mountain Drake. Talk me through what happened here, because you had the position, Fnatic tried some things, but you came out victorious in the end. Explain, please.
So with our comp, we want to play fights really slowly, because like they have a lot of engage, but they can't really get out. So we try to just play fights really slowly. Like for example, they engaged on Udyr, and like on our front line, I ate the Udyr, and we just kite back. Upset almost killed us all. That was really close. And then he has to get back, and we just chase him down with Senna and Victor. And yeah, our front line was just too beefy for them. Like Syndra can't really get into the fight if we kite back. Same with Lillia, because she's like super short range. And for example, the Alistar, the Sett, once they get into the fight, if I slow them, or like if Senna slows them with Glacial Augment, it's no way they get out. So we just chase them down. So this is like just a fact, or like if Upset doesn't kill us all there and he has to kite back, then we just win by default, because like he's the only one who can like really carry those fights.
Yeah, that's what we saw. And I mean, during some fights, it backfired a bit, but I want to show you the fight that led to Baron, actually, because not a great start, but in the end, you got the objective, so we can roll the replay right now and see what happened. You were in position, trying to get into the bush. There was a ward here that you tried to place, but yeah, Fnatic come forth here, and then you die. Explain what happened.
Bwipo goes a bit too deep, I would say, because like no one can really follow up. They were in like a choke, and we were only like kind of through the river, like we kited back into the bush on the top side. Upside gets a really good flank on Carzzy, like we didn't expect this at all. And then he just kills all of us. Like that should probably not have happened. I think if you hug the Dragon Wall more, then I don't think he can get the jump on Carzzy. Like my W was like on cooldown still, so I couldn't really save him. And if Carzzy doesn't, or like if Upset doesn't get these resets, I think this fight should not be close, because Bwipo died really early. I mean, then they just like overchase. They don't expect the TP from Merrick, or like from Humanoid. And of course, like Armut gets an insane ult on upset, stuns him into the wall, and once upset is dead, they don't really have a damage, so you just chase some Bwipo and get Baron off that, yeah.
That was an amazing teamfight for you guys, and the TP afterwards, yeah, a fantastic gesture from all of you. But from a viewer's perspective, it felt like the game was so back and forth that Fnatic could have taken it in the end. Did you have this feeling as well, or were you just two on top and the composition was better for you guys?
I mean, honestly, I think our draft was way better. Like, if they don't snowball the game in like a few, like in the early game, then we just by default win, because all of their champions are just really bad into Tahm, Kench, into Senna, into Victor. Like, they can't really like do anything into us almost. I think they played it really well. Like, the fights were really close. Like, if someone plays it like differently, if Armut doesn't get these like insane ults on upset, maybe we lose, of course. But I think from draft, I think we should have won this game for sure. I mean, later on in the game, like, it gets really tough for them as well. Like, you saw Hylissang, he tried to go for a deep flank, and like we expected this, because like that's kind of the only way they can win that game at that point. So we just tried to designate, for example, Gnar to chase him down, and once we see him, we can just Tahm Kench on him, and he can't really get away. So yeah, we just kill him and win the game with that.
And that was a clear plan from the MAD Lions here. Now you're third in the standings, but as we said, everything is pretty stacked right now. It feels like everyone can beat everyone, and which makes the spring season even more interesting. But when you think about MAD Lions and chances for playoff compared to the other teams, where do you see yourself?
I think we can probably beat any team right now. Like, even though it didn't really look like it in the first few weeks, I think we improved a lot, and the meta like will change as well, like over the course of the next few weeks. And I think we are really good at adapting and like to new patch changes. Like some other teams don't really have that ability usually. So I think we should be really confident going into the next few patches. So I think we have a really good shot at like even taking down the top of like Rogue and G2, even though they look really strong. I think one patch change can change it up again.
Amazing. The league is so interesting this season. I love it. I told you that I would have a last question about Senna, fasting Senna actually, because you told me you were trying to learn about this bot lane duo. I don't know if you've been watching the LCK this morning, but Damwon Kia actually played Senna with Heimerdinger support. And I know that, yeah, you usually come up with weird stuff. So I just wanted to know, what did you think about Barrel's choice here to play Heimer with Senna?
Well, it was certainly interesting. I mean, he played it like decently. I think he got shoulder boot by his team sometimes. But I think it's a good pick into hook champions, especially because like you can just place down the turret and they hook the turret, and then Senna W's use stun. You know, like it's probably a pretty good champion into like Thresh, maybe Nautilus, Blitzcrank, like these kind of champions. So I think it was a pretty smart pick, even though it's probably not the best. Like if Tahm Kench is banned, you know, but usually you would always pair Senna with Tahm Kench if you can.
All right, maybe not something we'll see in the LEC anytime soon then, but we still have one game to play. Match of the week coming up next. Who do you think is taking it, G2 or Schalke?
I think it's going to be G2. I think Schalke looked a bit worse over the last couple of like games, because I think teams figured out how they want to draft, and once that happens, like Schalke will look worse for sure. So I think G2 will take it.
All right, well, we'll see that after the break. Kaiser, thank you so much for the interview and good luck for next week.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a few minutes for the match of the week. Stay tuned.